Let's take a look at setup of your booking page in You Can Book Me. So I'm at my dashboard at youcanbookme.com and or youcanbook.me, excuse me. And here is my link that students would get to check out my availability. And what I want to do is edit this. So if in your dashboard you don't have a booking page, then put in a help desk ticket and ask for a booking page connected to your You Can Book Me account. If you don't have edit access to your booking page, then put in a help desk ticket asking for edit access for your booking page. So here again, I see the title. Here's a preview of what I have set up so far. I just want to review some of the basics. So I'm on the what settings, and here is my title. If you don't like the title that was assigned when it was made, you can feel free to change that. How do you want to meet? You have a few options. You can have a default Zoom, a default Microsoft Teams, or a default address, or have no location set at all. I recommend having some default. So I'm going to say BMCC Pendleton Immigrant Hall 109, and I'll have more about that in a minute. The booking page link, so this is the web address students would go to view your page. So if I open up mine here, right, there's the web address, gary-parker.youcanbook.me, and here's what students are going to get on the front page, and I'll show you where you control some of this next. If you change any of this, especially the booking page intro, then save it. As far as the intro goes, you can put plain text in, you can bold some text, you can italic some text, or you can add a link. So perhaps you might want to add a link to degrees or certificates that you advise to, maybe from the pathways pages or from the catalog. Next, who? This should already be linked to your Outlook calendar if you selected Outlook calendar when you first made your account. If not, then you can edit or add that calendar here. When? Two options here. Default option set for you is probably repeating, and default hours are Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. You can edit that. I have mine set to unavailable on Saturday and Sunday. With this option here, You Can Book Me looks at your calendar in the available range here, and any open spaces, that is places where nothing is scheduled in that time range, You Can Book Me will have that available to students to book, or any place that is free, scheduled but free in your calendar, You Can Book Me can use. So that's one way to do it. Alternative way to set it up is to switch it to managed. And you still need an availability for that because You Can Book Me needs to know when to look in your calendar. And then what you do is you put a keyword for the titles of those events. So maybe you could put advising. So anything in your calendar that is titled with advising in it and is set to free will then be available to students if you choose this option. So again, two options. The repeating option where You Can Book Me will take any open space or within the time frame you set for available, or anything that is scheduled but free, that's repeating, or managed where you set a specific title with a keyword. So in my calendar then, with that method, You Can Book Me is going to not look at any of my other places except titles that have advising in it. So academic advising would work, just advising would work. And those particular events have to also be set under more options. And Zoom isn't the way here. To free. And then You Can Book Me will select it for students. Okay, so again, you have two options. I'm going to switch it this time for fun. So if you make any changes to these settings, you got to make sure you save them. All right, so we've got the what, the who, the when. Additional options, and you have a preview over here. Additional options you might be interested in are availability rules. Do you want to put padding between? So if somebody schedules, say, 9 o'clock for half an hour, do you want to put a 15-minute to half an hour pad in there so the next available appointment wouldn't be until, say, 10 o'clock? You could do group bookings. You could limit automatic default for custom booking notice is bookings have to be made within 2 hours for minimum notice and up to 365 days from whatever day we're on. So if it's 3 o'clock right now, then students wouldn't be able to book anything for me today because my booking is shut off at 5 o'clock. Appointment types. This one is very useful. So you'll come with one default type, probably an hour, and you can edit what the title of that is, and you can add other ones. So here I relabeled that 1 hour as new student. I made a new appointment type as continuing student for 30 minutes. And then I also threw in an office hour. Now you don't have to, but you can. So I could trash that if I want, if I don't want to do that, but you could use it to book office hours or book for other kinds of appointments. And it's just create a new appointment. You give that appointment a title, tutoring, say, and then you state how long it's going to be. And that's it. Just save it. And then that is something students can choose to book from you. Booking form is another thing I highly recommend checking out. Default booking form has the first name, last name, and email. So when a student selects a time, they would then have to enter their first name, last name, and email. And I added an extra question here. Let's go ahead and look at the edit settings for that. So the label is the question the student will see. It needs a short code. If you don't type one in there, default thing will be put in there. And then you can choose, I chose multiple choice. There are other options you can choose from. Apparently not once you've set it. And then I can choose between radio, drop down, and checkboxes. I chose radio buttons. And then I just typed in the options: in-person, Immigrant Hall 109, phone number, you could call me, or they could go meet me through Zoom at the time that they picked. And if you, again, you make changes, make sure you hit save. So to make that question, I just added a new question, selected multiple choice. So there's lots of things you can add. We're already asking for the email. You could ask for a phone number from the student, so you could call them. So that's not a bad thing to throw in here. It's putting the short code in there. We could put in a more descriptive one. And I think that's good. Back. And we could move them around. And again, if you wanted to add your own multiple choice, or you could have multiple options they could check. So that would be check boxes. For example, they could check multiple things. Then here's where you would type your question, either leave the generic short code they typed in for you, or type something special. It's optional. And then type whatever you want for your options, and you can add more. Sometimes you might ask a question where you have these default options you want, but a student might want to write something else. You could add another option also. I'm just going to go back. I don't want to add another question right now. All right, so now my form, save. Oops, I have an extra one there. Sorry about that. Let's delete that one. Okay, so I've got now first name, last name, email, phone number, and how do you want to meet? Those are the main things I'd recommend checking out. So again, check out the what, the who, the when. As far as the when goes, you have to decide if you want to use the repeating option or the calendar managed option. And then appointment types, I recommend checking that out, and the booking form. And then you can put custom text for, say, the appointment types related to how they should make a choice there, perhaps. And then once you've done that, you could go test it out, see how it works. Let's see, a couple other tips. For students to get this address, you could just send it to all of your advisees, get a list of your advisees and message them. Another option, though, is going to your dashboard in Focal and then select your name, your address up there, and then check out your user profile. And then at the bottom of the user profile is a extra information calendar link. And so you could copy and paste the link to your You Can Book Me page. And you can get that in a couple of ways. You could copy it from right here at the top. Back on your dashboard, there's a copy the link option there too. Or you could just click here and go view the page and then copy and paste that in. You should never type it by hand because you don't want to mistakenly type something wrong. So paste it in so it's correct. And then save it. And then what will happen on the student's end is in their homepage in Focal, there's an advisor section. And in that advisor section, it'll list who their navigator is, who their advisor is. It'll list your email address, and it'll list a link to your calendar for booking if you put it in your profile. All right, hope that helped. Get in touch if you have any questions. Have a good day.